So I am gone today. I am at a speech meet, which means you guys need to work pretty hard today to get some of your stuff done. All of you guys will be at different parts of your project. Remember, you are looking at creating a story about the planet that you've chose, and now today we're going to add a little bit to that. So first thing I want you to do is, even if you're done, I want you to make sure that you have checked over all of these things in your story, because when I grade it, you need to make sure that you've mentioned your planet, you've mentioned the temperature. If you did if you did Mercury, you need to have 2 temperatures listed. You need to talk about the color of your planet. Is it bigger than Earth, smaller than Earth, or the same size as Earth? 2 cool facts about your planet, 2 fun things you did outside on your planet. Don't forget to put your suit on when you go outside, so mention that in your story. Must be 2 paragraphs long, and it must be 4 sentences, which 4 sentences in 2 paragraphs, that would equal 8 sentences long. Okay? Remember, there are no aliens allowed. Your story has to deal with your planet, so you cannot say that you went ice skating on Mercury, because there's no water on Mercury, which means there's no snow. So you can't go ice skating if there's no ice or snow. All right, let's say you get done with that. Here's what I'd like you to do. Bring it up to the sub, or if you have a para, to the para, and have them read it. They will be able to tell you where to add sentences or capitalize certain things, and they will expect you to be doing this. Now, there can only be 2 at a time for each adult in the room, which means if there are 2 people standing by the sub, you cannot go up and stand there. Okay, now that does not mean you just sit there. Okay, there are many things you can do. And I'm going to go over those things. So if you see 2 people standing by the sub, you need to be doing something else that I'm going to be showing you. You can send me your story. Even if the sub hasn't looked at it, you can send it to me. Here's how you do that. The first thing is you need to check to make sure that if there is a blue check mark, you need to press that with your finger. There might not be one. It might look like this, and if it's like that, then you don't need to press anything. But some of you, you need to check it, which basically says, hey, I'm done. And then something like this is gonna be in the right corner. It might even have like a plus sign. If you click on that, something's gonna pop down, and right here, you will be able to type in my name. For some of you, it's going to pop right up. My name will pop right up because you've typed in my name before. For others, here is my email. It's skylar@skylarcommunityschools.org. Don't forget the .org. And then when you do that, press like your enter or return key, and then it will allow you, there will be kind of like, I think it's blue, a little send button that will light up blue. If it's not blue, you haven't hit the return key, or you haven't put in a correct email address. So if you need to pause right now to get this and type it in, that's totally fine. You can pause. Once you have sent it to me, then you are going to go to the front table right in front of the smartboard, and you are going to grab 2 pieces of paper. 2 pieces of paper. And so one of the papers is going to look like this. Now, it might have this glue paragraph on dotted line part. It might have it here, 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 or here. And once you go up to grab it, that's going to make sense. It does not matter which one you grab. Does not matter. And then you will be grabbing a piece of paper that looks like this, The only difference is it might look more like this. Okay, what you're going to need to do is take a pair of scissors. You're going to cut along the dotted line. Cut along the dotted line. And then what's actually going to be happening is you are going to be gluing the paragraph. So you are going to be now writing your paragraph onto this piece of paper. So our sub has approved it. You've sent it to me. You're writing your paragraphs, your 2 paragraphs on this piece of paper. You've cut it out. And what actually will be happening is then you will glue it along these dotted lines. So I'm going to make it even more. So it'll kind of look something like this, which is totally fine because what will happen is I will be choosing the best drawings and stories, and I will be cutting it out so it'll look like this, and it'll be perfect just like this, and I will be cutting this out and posting it so people can see it. So it's kind of like it's like a drawing. So here's your drawing. So do not draw in this line or it will get covered up by your paragraph. Okay, so glue this here, then you can start drawing. Now here's the rule with the drawings. Okay, the rules with the drawings. Let me find, there we go. First thing is it is okay to Google search your planet. Now I Google searched Mercury. This helps me, so when I'm drawing, let's say I was drawing Mercury, I'm going to go back here. If you notice, I drew kind of these dots, just like this. That's similar to Mercury, guys. So if I go back here, there's the dots, and that's what I drew. Now, you have to color the planet. So if your planet's gray, gently color it gray. And honestly, I wouldn't color anything until you've drawn your entire picture. Your picture must be of something you are doing in your story. So if I wrote that I was taking a rover around Mercury, I might draw Mercury. I wouldn't color it gray yet. I might draw a picture of an astronaut. And I might draw like a rover right here. Now if you have to Google a cartoon astronaut and a cartoon rover, that is okay. I do not expect you to understand how to draw all of these things, but I do not expect you to take the whole class period Googling. Okay, so if you say you're on your rover looking at mountains, or playing basketball, or hiking up a volcano, just draw pictures of that. And if you need to Google search how to draw them, that's totally fine. It must take up the whole page. What I mean by that is, do not draw something like this. Oh, yep, first of all, I'm not going to draw a stick figure. I shouldn't be because I should be Googling how to draw an astronaut. I'm not going to draw like this little, let's say this is my rover. Okay, there's my wheels. And then be like, okay, that's it. Nope, I should be drawing something. So if I took this, if I did this, this would be considered a good picture. If I, like, let's say I actually drew this, it would be about that big, and like I'd probably honestly like do this. Oh, that's how big I want your photo to be. Remember, when you look at like kids' books, you never see pictures that are insanely small. The pictures are almost as big as the page. Okay, so again, I'm going to show you right now. If I Googled, if I wanted to search an astronaut, I'm going to type in cartoon astronaut. Okay, if you type in cartoon, you're going to get stuff you can draw. If you type in real astronaut, it's going to be hard. So you could draw him or him or him. If you wanted to type in cartoon rover, all of a sudden you can draw these things. If you type in a real rover, guys, you're going to get stuff that's really complicated. Oh, yeah, well, I should probably type in Mars rover. A Mars rover, that's going to be a lot harder to draw than a cartoon rover. Okay, so again, reminders, do not color until you've drawn it all out. Draw it big and make sure it has to do with your, don't draw a rocket if you don't ever talk about a rocket in your story. It has to make sense. And remember, this right here is going to be going over your picture, so don't be drawing, because otherwise technically you would have covered that up by now. So it would look actually more, if you had to cover it up, it would look like this, and you'd actually be covering up that part of the scene. So glue this on first. Okay, you should not get done with this. You should not. If you do, you are not doing it. So it says, must take up the whole page. This should not take 10 minutes to draw. It should take you longer. And it must be colored well. Okay, so make sure you follow all those directions. Again, if you're confused, go back to the start, rewind, and listen to what you need to do. Okay, have a good day. I do not expect any bad sub-reports. And if I get a bad sub-report, you will spend a week with me for detention, and we will call your parents, and you will have to write an apology to the sub. That is a lot of time you're spending with me. Okay? I don't expect anything, but I do expect to have a good report when I come back. All right, see you tomorrow.